One thing I'll say, best potential franchise starter based on an existing property starring Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Bell than Fantastic Four, Fan Four Stick was. But that's not saying much. So, hi everybody, I'm back, and I'm going to be back one more time tonight in just a little bit. But first, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. Movies and TV on the shows that we do here. And I'm not going to take too long with this one. But I always say that, who knows? Because I have another movie I'm planning to watch later tonight and get another video out before I get up bright and early to go tomorrow night to go see Scott Pilgrim, so I can come back home and do that review for you. So, that's not the movie we're talking about tonight, neither of the two. The first of the two we're going to talk about, we talked about Separation earlier, is Without Remorse, or rather Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. This movie is directed by Stefano Sollima, who directed Sicario 2: Day of the Soldado. And basically, this is an adaptation of the novel by Tom Clancy, of course, who, if you don't know who Tom Clancy is the author who gave us Jack Ryan, as well as a whole bunch of video games, particularly Splinter Cell and Rainbow Six. So, this film is actually set, which are also set in the Jack Ryan-verse, involving the character of John Clark. John Clark is the lead character in Rainbow Six, and he's the lead character of this film. But in Without Remorse, before he's John Clark, he's known as John Kelly. He's a soldier. He gets involved with an op that isn't quite what it seems, and in the process, people are out for blood, and they take out his team, for the most part, and then when they come for Kelly, they kill his pregnant wife, and they leave him basically as good as dead. He's basically left for dead. He's wounded, but he lives, and now he's going to get them all without remorse, and in the process, he finds a plot that could turn the tide in the struggle between the CIA and the Russian government. So, not much to say about Without Remorse, really enough. It's a John Clancy movie. One thing I will say about it, though, is that Michael B. Jordan is terrific, as always, and he brings a lot to this. Jamie Bell doesn't have a lot to do, but he does alright. Everyone's pretty solid here. Guy Pearce, however, there's not much to be said other than it's a Tom Clancy movie. The double crosses are predictable. The plot is relatively boilerplate, but oh boy, that action. If you're just looking for a movie that's pure action-packed adventure, no muss, no fuss, and definitely no fat, this movie's a little bit under 2 hours, so it moves at a nice clip. You'll have fun with Without Remorse. It's a really fun movie. The action, there's a plane crash sequence, and you can watch it from the safety of your home. It's on Amazon Prime. The action is amazing. There's some great shootouts. I think the one thing that this movie suffers from hardcore, though, is, especially in the fact that it is so based on sensation alone, is it not only comes out so shortly after this film, but shares an actor in common for a brief spell, which is The Courier. A movie that I loved, and it's also a movie about that case, English and Russian relations, that came out last month. It was a better movie, but considerably. I loved The Courier, but despite it being really, really good, Without Remorse is not bad. It's perfectly a solid action movie. It's a good movie, especially it's a great movie to watch with this is going to sound meaner than it means to be. It's a good movie to watch with your dad, let's just say, or grandpa. This is a good movie. The R rating is stupid. The violence is in there is very relatively bloodless. It's pretty PG-13. So not a lot of swearing or no sex whatsoever. Yeah, you can watch this with your dad. So, I'll say this. My uncle would love this movie. This would be right up his alley. So, not much more to say to this guy, but I enjoyed this movie. Michael B. Jordan is quite good. And it's just a straight-up action movie. It almost feels like a really good... Again, that's not meaner than I mean to be. Almost like a really good translation of, like, the Rainbow Six games, where it's a lot of just action, action, action. The action is slick and exciting, and that's good enough for me. Again, no muss, no fuss. Not good enough to walk 2 blocks for, but certainly good enough to see if it were on the big screen, but matinee. So what else to say? Tom Clancy's Without Remorse gets, let's say, 3.5 stars out of 5. It's not perfect, but it's solid. So, that'll do it for the main review. Without Remorse gives 3.5 stars. There's not much more to say, you guys. Also, it's one of those movies where you can tell who the secret villain is just by casting alone. Yeah. So anyway, Remorse, Trailer Trash None, I watched it on Amazon Prime because that's where it's streaming. Also, was there shawarma? Yes. In fact, if you're a Tom Clancy fan, stick around during the credits for, let's just say, a setup for the next adventure for Mr. Kelly. So, that's going to be it for Without Remorse. I will be back later. I'm going to review The Mitchells versus the Machines, an animated film that's critically doing really well. I'm actually looking forward to it because it's from the team that did Into the Spider-Verse, which a lot of people know is one of my favorite animated movies ever, especially in recent years, and one of the best superhero movies ever. So I'm genuinely pumped, and it's also Lord and Miller. Lord and Miller never steer me wrong. They do a lot of great flicks. So, and also they did the Lego Movie, which is pretty terrific. So, anywho, so that, and then tomorrow's Scott Pilgrim, and then, I guess we'll figure out what happens next week. Oh! I'll announce it during the Scott Pilgrim video. I want to hold off. I want to build the suspense. Much like Separation built the suspense of who the villain was. So, that's going to be it for me, you guys. I'll see you next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. Check out Without Remorse. Not a lot to say, but it is a lot of fun. Alright. Thank you all. Be kind to one another. Love you. See you soon. In just a little while. Take care.